Welcome guys to ILW Pro Wrestling. Tonight we are here for our portion of Fetting Empire, and we are about to experience possibly one of the most dangerous matchups we've ever seen in ILW history. Now this is for the ILW YouTube Championship, currently held by the Maverick Logan Paul, and he is going to take on, making his ILW debut, this man, Matt Cardona. Always ready, Matt Cardona, the Deathmatch King, as you see, wearing that Macho Man or Macho King-esque attire. He's got the scepter, he's got the crown, flipping off women in the crowd. Matt Cardona definitely knows how to get people riled up. Now guys, it's hard to say what to expect tonight from Cardona. We've seen, on the independent scene, has gone through a lot of physical punishment. He calls himself the Deathmatch King, going through glass, going through tables. Will we see that Cardona tonight? Or will he be running scared? But now, there's this man, Logan Paul, who has made quite the impression here in ILW and in the pro wrestling atmosphere, toting around that prime bottle. But this cocky yet extremely athletic individual has definitely lit the wrestling landscape. There he is, pointing at his ILW YouTube Championship. Now this is the first time Cardona and Paul are both in the ring. Both, you could say, are icons of the YouTube atmosphere. Matt Cardona in the wrestling aspect and Logan Paul on a global aspect. Now Paul getting the upper hand, hitting him in the face with that prime bottle, which is legal in tables, ladders, and chairs. Now he's hitting with the quick offense, the elbow in the corner, followed by that hip toss. Paul with an elegant drop kick to the face of Cardona. Now Logan Paul looking for what could be a baseball slide to the outside through the bottom part of that ladder. You got to think, of wrestling superstition or superstition in general. Going in between that ladder is dangerous and is playing with fate. Logan Paul just found out the hard way what happens when you play with ladders, getting drop kicked in the face. Cardona now low blow to Logan Paul with the DDT on the floor, spiking Logan Paul on the top of his head. Now Cardona looking to set up that ladder in the middle of the ring. Now him and Paul fighting over the ladder, and Logan Paul sends the ladder right up into the jaw of Matt Cardona. If you are a fan of wrestling, I'm sure you remember what happened to Joey Mercury years ago. Logan Paul was going for that loaded right hand, got back body dropped for his trouble. Cardona now the first individual to set up the ladder in the middle of the ring, tried to scale it and reach for that YouTube Championship. Paul was able to stop him, pulling him off the ladder, connecting with the big boot. Paul trying to gain some offense. Cardona reverses the Irish whip, sends Logan Paul over the top rope. It looks like Cardona's sizing up Logan Paul. Oh, the Rough Rider through that table on the outside. As you can see, that was painful for both men. Paul went through the table. Cardona, sorry about that, was holding his posterior. Definitely couldn't have felt good on the tailbone. Now Cardona now loading more weapons or, plunder into the ring. There's a ladder, 2 steel chairs. But guys, let's take a look one more time at this Rough Rider. He sends Logan Paul over the top rope, sizes him up just right. Follows up with that Rough Rider through the table. Incredible action in this tables, ladders, and chairs match. Now Cardona out here setting up a table right in front of us, but Logan Paul connects with that steel chair right in the top of the head of Matt Cardona. Now Logan Paul pointing up to the top of that ladder. The crowd, you hear them, ILW chants throughout the arena. Now Logan Paul right here in front of me, standing on top of this 20-foot ladder. Huge splash off the top of the ladder through the table and Matt Cardona. Both men down here right beside us. Take a look at this one more time. Logan Paul on the top of the ladder splashes down on Cardona, crushing the ribs and the table. Logan Paul back to his feet, getting into the ring, setting up that ladder, but he's setting it up in the corner. You got to think by this point in the match, Paul needs to be focused on what it takes to retain his YouTube championship. Cardona with that scepter to the back of Logan Paul with the buckle bomb onto the ladder set up in the corner. Cardona picks him up in a fireman's carry position. Logan Paul able to reverse, hits him with that loaded right hand, and Paul taking a minute to pose and taunt, gets a low blow and sent backwards into that chair on the floor. Cardona pulling more chairs into the ring. Connects with one to the gut of Logan Paul. Followed up with a sick chair shot to the back. Make that a second devastating chair shot to the back of Logan Paul. It looks though as Cardona's going for a suplex. Logan Paul able to reverse, drops Cardona face first, stomach first onto that ladder. It's got to hinder the rib cage, make it very difficult for Cardona to climb the ladder. If you can't breathe, if you can't flex that midsection, you're not going to be able to climb. Paul bringing that big ladder in the ring, but saw Cardona on the outside, hits a springboard corkscrew moonsault outside on Cardona. Take one more look at this. Diving, twisting in midair. There goes the athleticism of Logan Paul, but Cardona up with a chair shot, taking the head off the Maverick right over by the entranceway. Now Cardona grabs the ladder that is up there on the stage, brings it closer, and now he's scaling it on the entrance ramp, high above this crowd. Big elbow drop off the stage, off the ladder, through that table. Guys, that's got to be a 20-25-foot drop for Cardona. Both men going for extreme lengths to try and become or retain their YouTube championship. Which one of these men will walk out of here as champion? Once again, there's Cardona diving off the top of that ladder. Macho Man-like elbow drop through the heart of Logan Paul. Now Cardona able to crawl in the ring. You can see him clutching his abdomen and his midsection. Got to be in a lot of pain. And now, guys, Cardona setting up that colossal ladder right there in the middle of the ring. Paul making a ladder bridge in the middle of the ring. Both men fighting atop of the ladder for that YouTube championship. But Logan Paul picks Cardona up, Falcon Arrow through the ladder, off the top of the other ladder. Cardona might be broken in half, as good old JR used to say. Now Logan Paul slowly making the climb up the ladder. Cardona able to knock the ladder over, sending Logan Paul back first into that ladder in the corner, but Logan Paul already up. Cross bodies the ladder, sending both himself and Cardona crashing to the mat below. Cardona in perfect position for a coast to coast. Logan Paul with the flipping variation of the coast to coast, taking the head off of Matt Cardona. I don't think I've ever seen that before, at least not here in ILW Pro Wrestling. Logan Paul was fingertips away from the championship, and Cardona tipped the ladder over, sending Logan Paul all the way out here through the floor right in front of me. But Cardona very slow, setting up the ladder. Logan Paul already up. Buckshot lariat in the middle of the ring. Paul now slowly climbing. Cardona bangs his head off the ladder, followed by another Rough Rider. Cardona getting up. Logan Paul, resilient as ever, also gets up again. And Matt Cardona with that skull-crushing finale. Shades of one of his best friends, The Miz. Now, Cardona went for a power driver. Cardona reversed, slipped over the top rope and got super kicked. For his trouble sent right out here in front of me. Now Logan Paul grabbing a steel chair. Hits a springboard moonsault with the steel chair onto Matt Cardona right out here, right in front of me. And now once again, instead of capitalizing on his momentum, Logan Paul is setting up a table on the outside of the ring, giving Matt Cardona the time to get up, pick up a ladder, and beat the hell out of Logan Paul with it. Cardona now setting up Logan Paul in the corner, looking to hit that broski boot, taking the face off of Logan Paul. That YouTube star-ready face of Logan Paul just got massacred by the foot of Matt Cardona. Now both men standing atop of ladders in the middle of the ring. Sunset flip powerbomb. Dropped Cardona right on the upper part of his shoulders and lower neck. Both men slow to their feet once again. Logan Paul taunting instead of capitalizing. Pokes Cardona right in the eyes. Both men are on the ring apron. That table prone right behind them. Logan Paul hits a Spanish fly on the outside through that table. This could be it. This could be where Logan Paul climbs that ladder and retains his YouTube championship. He's got his hands on the title. Cardona just dumped Logan Paul out on his ass on the outside of the ring. That must have been the most devastating drop. 20 feet from the top of the ladder to the ring mat, but Logan Paul struck the concrete floor on the outside. This is it for Cardona. Cardona was looking to unhook that title, but Logan Paul with a springboard spear. Matt Cardona just got springboard speared off the top of the ladder. He was literally unhooking the strap as he got speared midair. Now Logan Paul climbs up to the top of the ladder and retrieves his YouTube championship. I might not like the man, but he just retained his ILW YouTube championship in possibly the most brutal ladder match in the history of professional wrestling. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Justin Wright. I will see you next time.